Hello, this is Charlie here from Real English with Real Teachers, bringing you an episode to explain some vocabulary in our previous upload on street interviews in London. And I'm of course here with Harry. How are you doing, Harry?
Hi Charlie, I'm very good, thank you. I've had a lovely morning of lessons, as always, and I'm raring to go to explain the vocabulary from this short 6-minute video that we put out the Sunday just gone. So if you've watched that video, but there were some expressions or vocabulary that you weren't aware of, you didn't quite understand, don't go anywhere because we're going to explain all here today.
Exactly. And we're going to try and keep this one quick for you guys. We know that you don't have all the time in the world and you're very busy. So we're going to keep the live chat open and you can give your comments as we go, but we're not going to be feeding back as we usually do in the hour-long videos. So we're going to go straight into the video. Let's go.
That's right. Before we get into this video, we just want to let you know that this video has kindly been sponsored by iTalkie, who are an online language learning platform in which you can learn any language with a native speaker and you can connect to them via Skype. It's a great platform. We've both been on there, haven't we, Charlie?
We have been, yes, exactly. So this is iTalkie. It's a language learning platform and it's where we began as teachers. And as they say, you can become fluent in any language because there are a multitude of teachers of all different languages there. And it gives you opportunities to do one-on-one lessons with people who are very affordable, aren't they?
They are indeed. Yeah, you can find lessons as cheap as $10 an hour. There's any English for teaching for any kind of language needs that you may have. Maybe it's exam preparations. Maybe you just want to build your fluency, your vocabulary, become a more natural English speaker, and you want to connect with a native English teacher. I recommend checking it out. If that's of interest to you, then we've got a little gift to you. After you take your first lesson, iTalkie will give you $10 to spend on your next lesson. If that's of interest to you, then just click the link in the description box of this video after this video.
Exactly. And this video is all about the video called 2 Crazy Questions for Native English Speakers in London. And we are reviewing some vocabulary. And the first phrase that came up was to floss your teeth. Floss your teeth. What does that mean, Harry?
So by floss your teeth, this is the action of cleaning between your teeth and around your gums with what we call dental floss, which is kind of like a plastic material, like a thread, and you put it between, you go like this. And this guy, Charlie's going to show you guys a picture of this man. He was actually from New Zealand. This was a really interesting video. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. We'll leave a link in the description box. This guy was from New Zealand, so he has a really interesting accent, and he is a native English speaker. And you'll hear him saying that he flosses his teeth once a week. How often do you floss your teeth, Charlie?
Embarrassingly, I don't do this very often. Maybe I'll get an urge every couple of months when I realize, oh, I should do this habit. It's apparently a good thing. Here in Germany, I know the dentistry is a lot better than in England. And apparently, worldwide, people think that British people are renowned for having bad teeth. Did you know that?
I know because you've said this to me before, and you showed me this little instrument that your dentist recommended that you use, and it was a weird little thing. Do you still use that? It's like a little instrument with a sharp edge, and you just like get in between your teeth and to get the plaque away.
Yeah, no, I don't use that anymore. Gave up. It was far too bloody. I'd end up with blood streaming from my gums.
That's the thing. That's what I hate about flossing. I haven't had one instance where I've flossed and I haven't bled. I just always bleed. And it's not pleasant to look down in the sink and just see a pool of blood.
It's not great, not great. A pool of blood isn't what you want in the first thing in the morning or just before you go to bed, is it?
It's not. But in the comments, tell us how often do you floss your teeth? Do you floss your teeth? What are your dental habits?
Exactly. That is floss your teeth. Okay. So the next one was by an older gentleman in the video that Harry became great friends with within the interview. You liked him, didn't you?
I did. I took a shine to him. I was very fond of him. He was wonderful. His name was Colin, and he was a Londoner, and very nicely dressed, had a nice big coat on, a hat. He was great, and a lovely moustache as well. And what he said was, I just do the big shop, or some people just do the big shop once a week. But Colin actually did 2 big shops, didn't he, Charlie?
Yeah, he did do 2 big shops. And then, well, this was after you talking about your favorite phrase of the video, a top-up shopper, whether you are a top-up shopper. And I think that's the next phrase. There we go. So at 1 minute 49, this guy says about doing a big shop. And then Harry asks, are you a top-up shopper? A top-up shopper? What does that mean, Harry? What does top-up shopping mean?
Charlie's has been taking the mickey out of me for saying this in the first place and for putting it in the slides of this video. But it is something that we say, and sometimes you'll read about top-up shoppers. And a top-up shopper is somebody who just buys small bits throughout the week. So maybe they'll go to the shop, like me, I'm a top-up shopper. I'll maybe go to the supermarket, get my milk, some bread on a Monday, and then Tuesday I'll go get some tomatoes, maybe an avocado. Wednesday I'll go get some frozen chips. It's throughout the week, a top-up shopper. So it can be a verb, to top up shop, or a noun, a top-up shopper.
Yeah, to go top-up shopping, I would hear that more commonly. Not that I hear it that much.
Yeah, but I like the way you said big shop. That's very common, isn't it?
Yeah. It's obviously really simple language, but it's used in such a native way. I do my big shop on Sunday. Stacey and I do it on Saturday mornings because the Sunday shops are always closed in Germany. But yes, a big shop, the main shop of the week, probably.
Exactly. When do you do the big shop, Charlie?
I just said on Saturday mornings.
Oh, sorry, I missed it. Missed that.
Whoosh, straight over his head.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Next phrase, gonna go smoothly on or quickly, not so smooth. What do you reckon? What do you reckon about the next phrase, Harry? What do you reckon?
I think it's a great phrase. Thank you for asking. And the phrase is, what do you reckon? So reckon is an informal way to say think. What do you think? What do you reckon? And I asked these American girls about, I said, what do you reckon the Brits do once a week? What do you reckon? So maybe you guys can say in the comments, what do you reckon the Brits do once a week? Do you reckon we drink cups of tea once a week? Or every day?
Yeah, I know you're a big tea drinker, aren't you? You bloody love it.
Oh, big time, big time. Yeah, I absolutely adore it. Yeah, you're a coffee man, aren't you, Chaz?
I am. Yeah, I don't really touch the tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone has said I don't floss my teeth too often, so we don't have to feel too bad about it, Charlie.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So our teeth aren't really rotten comparatively. Good.
No.
Okay. So what do you reckon is fairly straightforward if you synonym it with think. What do you think? Yeah. And the Brits use that quite often. What do you reckon about going here for lunch? What do you reckon about such and such sports player? Yeah, there we go. The next phrase we found at 2 minutes 40, and it was again by the older gentleman, and he said about doing something once a week, which was mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so mowing the lawn is cutting the grass, and we do that with a lawn mower. Would you believe it? We do it with a lawn mower. I've got a tiny little bit of lawn. So lawn is the grass, like an area of grass. I have a small lawn in my front garden, and I have to mow that every couple of months. Though, as we've just got out of like the colder months, it's got longer and longer because I don't really mow it throughout the winter. So I'm going to have to get out my lawnmower and mow the lawn very soon.
There you go. Yes, mow the lawn. To mow the lawn.
You reckon Colin mows his lawn often in his ripe old age?
In his ripe old age, I'd say that maybe his son comes round and perhaps helps out. So, or daughter, but usually it's the son that pops around to do the mowing on the weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. I think he did say he has a son because he said that he does the big shop. He does the shopping for himself, him and his wife, and also for his son as well. So I imagine his son probably returns the favor by mowing Colin's lawn.
Do you know anything about the origin of the lawn?
I don't, but obviously you do. Tell me.
Guilty. I read that it was the showing off of wealth because it's planting seeds or putting water and resources into something that will not give you food. So it was completely showing to the peasants back in the day that there was absolutely no need for it, but I can do it because I'm that wealthy. So those French sort of manor houses with those huge lawns, it was just showing off. Like, look what I've got, and you don't.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah. And I guess like hedges and things like that in general, and flowers, we don't need it, but it's expressing how much wealth that you have and making other people feel a bit jealous about it.
Yeah, maybe the grass was the first, and then the roses came later, and the hedges and the mazes, all sorts.
There you go. Nice. Where did you read that?
It was in a book called Homo Sapiens.
Okay. Nice. Good fact. Thanks for that, Chaz.
No worries, guys. I'm here all night. Okay.
Okay.
Won't we? I'm here all night. What does that mean?
It means Charlie's on fire. He's not going to be going anywhere. He's going to be here with his great humor and his wit, entertaining you.
Yeah, we use it sarcastically though. When you make a point or a joke that's not the best, but you try to make it a little bit more than it is, you say, don't worry, guys, I'm here all night. I'll be entertaining you until late into the evening.
Exactly. Yeah. Well said. Well explained. Yeah, it's a good one. So the next one we're going to go on to was by a young lady who introduced the video with quite a funny answer because we asked her, what do you do once a week? And she said, wash, sleep, and eat.
Okay, wash, sleep, and eat.
She said she did that once a week, and then you said, oh, so you only sleep and eat once a week? And she's like, oh no, I do it every day. I do it every day. Yeah, it was quite a funny answer to a question. But later on in the episode, she said something. She says, I'm not one for violence. So I think Charlie asked her if she had a gun, and she said, I'm not one for violence.
Exactly. I'm not one for violence. And you can substitute the violence for anything. I'm not one for something, meaning you don't do that. I am not someone who participates in that behavior or doing that action. So I'm not one for such and such.
Yeah. So if you're someone who doesn't have relationships very often, you could say, I'm not one for relationships.
Okay. Why not? Why not?
I have a behavioral issue.
Okay.
There you go. I'm not one for words. I'm not one for poetry.
Good. Yeah, that's very common. I'm not one for words, meaning you're not very good at using the language that you speak to express yourself. Yeah, I'm not one for words.
Exactly. Yeah. I think she was a good laugh, wasn't she?
She was a good laugh. Yeah.
We
Again,
actually went into a shop to speak with her. Remember that?
yeah, we did. So Harry just said a good laugh. Again, fairly obvious language, but really natural. She's a good laugh means she is funny. And it's a good way to get over misusing fun and funny. All of my students misuse it and get very confused with the scenario. And it is hard to define it contextually because it does change. But a good laugh you could use instead of someone is funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. She's a good laugh. She's the kind of person you would invite to a party. She's good fun. You're right. It wouldn't translate into other languages. She's a good laugh. It's a really good one. Yeah. Someone's written a really good example. I'm not one for public speaking. That's
Very nice, Frankie. Yes, I'm not one for public speaking. Yeah, great. Okay. And there was one more that I wanted to talk about before that, and that was a plethora of something. What was he saying the plethora of?
Yeah. So this was funny. We got talking about bins because he said that he puts the bins out once a week. And he actually said, put out the dustbin. So this is another good word. A dustbin is the big bin, which is on wheels that we use to empty all of the household bins into. And he said, I have a plethora of dustbins. I have a plethora of dustbins. He actually has 5 dustbins. So what do you think a plethora is?
Yeah, an excessive amount, a huge amount of something. And I actually have the same, but I'm not talking about those big wheelie bins. I'm talking about inside my house. In Germany, they're very hot on recycling. And I've got a plastics, a glass, a cardboard, a food bin, and a usual waste paper. No, not waste paper. A usual garbage bin. What do you call it?
Just a general waste?
General waste. That's it. Yeah. So I've got all of these bins, and for some reason I quite like it. Yeah.
Okay, right. You like the separation of rubbish?
I do. Yeah. Makes me feel in order. Yeah. So
Yeah,
guys,
you are the opposite of me in that respect. I'm terrible, actually. I'm really not very good at it. And I need to visit the bottle bank today. I've got a plethora of bottles stacking up in my kitchen that I must take to the tip, not the tip, to the big bins at Sainsbury's.
Ah, okay. So they're piling up, and you're not doing anything about it. You're procrastinating.
I am. Yeah, you said something interesting there, Charlie. You said in Germany they are hot on recycling. They are hot on recycling. Does that mean they're sexy and they like to recycle?
They're very sexy with their rubbish in Germany. But no, hot on something, to be hot on something is to be enthusiastic towards, and they're very almost strict on it. Like they make sure that you do it.
Right. Okay.
Excuse
So
me.
if you're in Germany, make sure you do your recycling and you separate your waste appropriately into the according bins.
Exactly. And you could say, like, in America, they are hot on tipping, or another one in Germany, they are hot on stopping at the pedestrian red light. They never go unless it's green. There's no cars.
Yeah, and here we are hot on queuing, aren't we?
Yes, we are hot on queuing. Yeah. Tell us, guys, what are you hot on, or what is your culture hot on?
Tell me what you're hot on.
And of course, tell us if you're a top-up shopper.
Yeah, of course. That is the burning issue here. Absolutely. Do we have any more expressions from the video to go through?
We've got one more, and it was again the legend, the old man in the hat, talking about what he wouldn't like to see if he was a burglar entering a house. And he said before this, he said some size 14 shoes by the door, and then a police outfit
hanging up in the hall.
Very nice. Hanging up in the hall. So what does that mean?
So just a really simple phrasal verb to hang something up. It literally just means to hang something. So when you take off your coat and you put it on a hanger, you hang it up. But I thought it's nice language. It's better than just saying hanging in the hall. It just sounds a bit more natural and a bit more native.
Exactly.
So yeah, maybe you could tell us, what would you not like to see hanging up in the hall if you were burgling a house? Charlie, what would you not want to see hanging up in the hallway if you were burgling a house?
I can't get out of my mind the first answer that we had. It wasn't the hanging up. A guard dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A guard dog. And then you said,
What?
what would he do? And then the guy said he would guard.
Yeah. It was like he said a guard dog. I said, why? And he said, because it's a guard dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I was like, give me some interesting real English for the subscribers. Say something. And he was just like, because it's a guard dog, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
Else I'd like what I wouldn't like hanging on the wall.
Yeah, what wouldn't you like to see when breaking into a house? You got any other witty
a shotgun aimed at me, hanging up, just ready to fire.
Yeah, with an electronic trigger finger.
That's it, an electronic trigger finger.
Okay, good. But you guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. This is a language that we thought was particularly useful from that video. If you didn't keep up with this live, then go back and watch the video again. We told you that we would keep it nice and short for you. And we've got more videos like this coming soon. We're going to be putting out more street interview videos because we get really good comments from you guys, and it seems that you really like it. So keep your eyes peeled for those.
Exactly. Thank you very much, guys. And of course, don't forget to use that ITalkie voucher code and link below in the description box. We've got immersion courses if you want to come and live with us, and we have Patreon support. And if you support us to grow our channel, then we give you a ton of classes every single month, more live classes, group classes, and one-to-one classes. So if you're interested, then find that in the description box, or maybe around me, who knows. Thank you very much, Harry. Thank you very much, everybody else. See you soon on Route.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you very much, guys. As he said, see you on route sometime soon. We love you very much.